Hi, girls.
Hi.
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 Hello.
Well, I want to tell you that last week I watched the first episode of the series Loki, now streaming on Disney Plus, and I felt this character's story is fascinating. So I decided to look for some curious facts about him. For example, he's also known as the god of mischief, was adopted and raised by Asgardian people, and has shape-shifting abilities. This means that he is able to adopt almost any form, whether it be animals, humans, or even inanimate objects. Also, I found that his gender is fluid. That is, that he does not identify at all or for life with one of the pre-established genders that are male and female, but he moves between one and the other.
That's super amazing, Aleja. I also know something, and is that Loki could have the long golden hair of Sif. She was the wife of Thor. One night while she slept, so Thor was so angry that he demanded that Loki replace the hair, or he will break every single bone in Loki's body. Loki traveled to Nidavellir, the land of the dwarves, and there he found two dwarves and treated them to build some hair for Sif, the famous Mjolnir, that is Thor's weapon, and the spear Gungnir, that is Odin's weapon, which never fails its aim.
Yes, girls, have you noticed the scars on Luke's mouth? Well, I have information about that. In 1950, a stone with an engraving depicting the face of the demigod was discovered. This rock shows how the mythological character's lips were cut off. According to one of the most famous Norse mythical tales, the confrontation between Loki and the dwarves. These dwarves were Brooke and Eitri, who begged Loki's head that they could make three wonders of equal value. Loki accepted, however, as expected, Loki deceived them, and they decided to punish him by sandwiching his mouth with magic treats so that Loki would not continue his deception. However, with his powers, he was able to continue his misdeeds. That was Loki's attempt.
Well, that's really interesting, Diana. And there is also something curious about Loki and how it has been reflected in popular culture with comics and in movies, besides the ones from Marvel that are the ones that we know. In fact, the movie The Mask portrays how an ancient wooden face mask allowed people who wore it to become the mask and gave them powers and the ability to change reality at their will. Actually, in the movie, when Stanley Ipkiss, who is the main character, wants to find out about this mask, he goes with a psychiatrist who tells him that the mask had Scandinavian origins and that it could belong to Loki himself, referring to its origins in Norse mythology. So this is a great reference about Loki, and it's a reference that most people don't know about.
Wow, girls, I didn't know all about Loki. But in fact, I can tell you a lot about Norse mythology. In general terms, we can say that the Germanic tribes never had temples. But in 2015, the construction of the first Norse temple in almost a thousand of years began. Can you believe that? This temple was built in Iceland by members of a new pagan religious organization who believed in that Norse folklore. So Norse mythology was about to be erased once, and even if nowadays we think that's impossible because today it is very studied and known internationally, actually the mythology of the Scandinavian countries almost disappeared around the 11th century, and this was due to the entry of Christianity and the evangelization of Viking nations. So the Icelandic historian Snorri Sturluson opposed the imposition of these Christian stories. So in that way, he prevented the disappearance of their myths and their legends by publishing writings and poems that narrated the mythology of his country. And also another interesting fact is that they did not have a holy book or something like that. This mythology was transmitted orally in the form of a long poem. So this transmission continued during the Viking Age, and our knowledge of it is based on the Eddas and other medieval texts written during or even after Christianization.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, fascinating.
In this episode, we learn a lot about Loki and how he is related to Norse mythology. But if you have more information, please let us know. Also, we invite you to watch the new series Loki streaming on Disney Plus. Remember, you can also follow us on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Twitter as Lapsodel UPN. See you there. Bye.